Welcome back, Harry, Meghan, Will, and Kate. Is the reunion permanent, or are they putting on a show? Joining me now, Rob Shooter, the host of the Naughty But Nice podcast, and Kinsey Schofield, a royals expert. And Rob, I understand you got some breaking news tonight.
Yeah, I'm working on this story. It's quite an explosive story, but basically what I'm figuring out from my sources in London is Prince Charles is reconsidering the initial offer that Harry and Meghan made to the Queen that the Queen rejected. The offer was to be part-time royals. They didn't want to completely leave the family, but they wanted to be able to earn their own money, do podcasting, do different shows, but they wanted to remain in the family to a certain degree. My sources are telling me that Prince Charles is now considering this because the current situation isn't working for him, for maybe Harry and Meghan too, and probably they could be an enormous asset to him and the monarchy around the world. So this deal, the original deal, looks like it's back on the table.
Wow, that is fascinating. Part-time royals or freelancing royals. What a concept. Kinsey, talk to me about Harry's book, though, because, I mean, we keep hearing there could be a lot of dirt in there and it's due out, and then we thought it's off the table. But you know what's happening with the book.
That's right. Tonight, Tom Bauer reported that Prince Harry is insisting that the book be released around November and that his publishers are hesitant to release the book. We don't know why. Is it because there are bombshells about the Queen consort? We don't know. Could it be just that the publisher thinks it's ill-timed? We'll have to find out. But the palace very nervous about the 4 potential books that Prince Harry has potentially coming out in the future.
Yeah, right? And Meghan's podcast.
Yes, but Meghan has been gracious in this instance. She's postponed the release, which was supposed to be tomorrow. Lisa Ling, Margaret show, she's postponed that. My sources are saying Spotify, Archwell, combing through the remaining 9 episodes that were already recorded to ensure that there's nothing negative about the British royal family in there because they do not want any backlash.
Okay, so Rob, important, the Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon, she was supposed to go on the Tonight Show before the Queen died and canceled it. Did that ruffle a lot of feathers that she was even planning to while the Queen was so sick?
I think it was a surprise to them, so they didn't know about it until it was actually cancelled. So they're in Britain, they're going to be staying there at least through the funeral, and so she was meant to be on the Tonight Show shortly after that. She's promoting this podcast, so you do not get paid the sort of money that she's getting paid unless you have a hit podcast. She does have a hit podcast. The first 2 episodes did really, really well, but anybody in this business knows you have to keep promoting for these podcasts. These programs to work. So Meghan is willing to do that. Unfortunately, though, whatever interview she does, she's going to be asked about this family. That's her narrative.
Right, and people should realize they're not on the royal payroll, so they do need money. They do have to work. So if that's what she's doing, that's her actual job. I get that part. Kinsey, diplomacy by text, that these 2 brothers apparently went through tons of negotiations before doing that famous walk. What kind of negotiations?
I mean, so much so that they were 45 minutes late. We're not necessarily certain about what the topics were of negotiations, but I can tell you that both brothers think that the other should apologize. So that's really what's in the way right now. Both brothers want the other to say, I'm sorry. You know, I think we're headed in the right path. We saw them reunite on Saturday. It does not necessarily feel like a full reconciliation, but, you know, I do think that they're doing this to honor the Queen.
Okay, so the next question I have, Rob, is the plans to walk side by side at the Queen's funeral. Because I keep thinking about Diana's funeral all the time and those 2 little boys. What's the plan for the Queen's procession, or do they really have it cemented yet?
It hasn't been announced yet. They do have it cemented. I'm being told that definitely Charles will be there. Also, William. Will they add Harry to this mix? A very good chance they will. Charles wants this drama over with. It's something that makes him very uncomfortable. He gave them a shout out in his speech, his first speech as the king. I'm told Charles is going to bend over backwards to try and at least have a public face here of a united family.
And then Kinsey, united family. Oh, but Andrew. You know, I'm happy to hear that he's taking the corgis. That helps soften this whole ugliness. But as the official dog walker, is he going to be able to wear his royal uniform during the during the funeral because Harry apparently is not allowed to.
So this is not during the funeral. This is for a vigil for Queen Elizabeth, where Andrew is allowed to wear his uniform because he's guarding the body of Queen Elizabeth. And I know it's so hard to justify, and royal watchers are appalled because we're all having to explain it. But in Prince Harry's situation, when and if Prince Charles, God forbid, is no longer with us, Harry would be allowed to wear his uniform to guard the body. This is not anything against Prince Harry. This is just a technical a way to honor the Queen, and it is one time that Prince Andrew is allowed to wear his uniform throughout this mourning process.
And then Rob, he's going to be the official dog walker now, but corgis will only live so long. So when the dogs are dead, what happens with Fergie and Andrew then, and where they live?
They're always going to be a problem. Now, one of the reasons that Jeffrey Epstein was so appealing to Andrew is Andrew didn't have that much cash. He doesn't have that much money. So the royals don't want to push him out completely because they're frightened they're going to push him into the hands, the arms of some very shady characters. So I predict they will keep him on the payroll, but he will disappear from all public events. But they're not going to kick him out of the house, and he doesn't have to worry about buying his dinner. They'll do that.
You two have such good sources. That's just phenomenal reporting. Thank you both. And will you come back again, like all week?
We got you.
Rob Shooter and Kinsey Schofield, thank you so much. Coming up next, thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.